got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz. Nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz?
Hey.
I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me. I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me. I go hard, cuz.
Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. I want to make sure y'all can hear me and see me. YouTube came on and said they had to play an ad, so I had to kind of wait. I was trying to see. Hopefully it was like a 30-second ad before this one. Okay, y'all can see, y'all can hear. Okay, yes, we got time today. Yay! I'm so glad y'all are here. I'm sorry I'm late streaming. It's been a long day. It's been a lot going on. I was supposed to have surgery today, as many of you guys know, in Discord, but my surgery was canceled on Monday because guess what? Insurance will not cover what they got to do for my foot, like the pins and all that stuff. They're like, they can't cover it, and they wanted me to do like a cheaper version of the surgery, which I think not. So they're going to go ahead and reapply in a few months, and hopefully I can get the 3D version of what I need to get done. But the fact that I have to wait 4 more months and deal with this pain sucks, but it is all good. So I was supposed to, do my last video, then be out for 6 to 8 weeks, but everything's been canceled. So we're just going to keep on trucking, child. Okay. We're going to keep on going and keep spilling this tea and making videos and everything. So I do want to thank y'all so much for just really enjoying my premieres. I really like that. I really like the fact that I can premiere videos and we watch them together and chop it up in the live section of the premiere. So that's been a really fun feature. I know YouTube has had it for a while, but I just never really thought to use it, but I really like it. So I'm going to keep using it since it's become, pretty popular. And then also, I'm just happy I'm able to talk about other topics, outside of just the typical celebrity, news. So thank you guys for actually tuning into the more serious topics and giving that views. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes me want to do it more. If people are going to watch it, then I'll do it. If people don't watch it, then I'm going to move on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really glad that you guys really enjoyed the video that I did about Luigi and the whole healthcare situation. And, people love the fact that I was dragging Ben Shapiro, honey. He needed to be dragged. So, yeah, it is a lot going on right now. Oh, my gosh. It is so much to talk about. Make sure I got my little screens up. So this Remy Ma situation to me is crazy because this morning I got up, my phone was blowing up, but I was up all night. So then I ended up getting up later on in the afternoon because I fell back asleep, and I seen her like blasting Papoose on social media, which is odd because neither one of them like talk about their relationship in the negative. And it's been a lot of things going on between them. I remember doing a video about a year ago when it was being alleged that she was cheating with Easy, the block captain. And then also supposedly Papoose had beat him up. So it was all this controversy, but neither one said anything. So it left a lot of people confused. So let me go ahead and just pull up some stuff that happened earlier today to keep y'all in the loop here. I got a lot of dang on screens up. Forgive me. Let me see which one we want. Okay. So this is just some of the drama here. I think this is the one. Did I do it right? Hold on. I want to make sure I can share this one. I think it's... There we go. All right. I'm still figuring out the OBS. I'm getting it. All right. So this was on TMZ earlier. Papoose, damn Skippy, I knocked out Remy Ma's boyfriend and she's covering for his ass. Okay. So they went back and forth really bad early this morning with the tweets. This is the girl that Papoose is supposedly dating. She's a boxer and her name is Clarissa. So Papoose ended up posting this picture of Remy and Block Boy, because we had noticed over the past 2 years they haven't posted any Christmas pictures together, no birthday messages. So Papoose says, while I was at home with my daughter last Christmas, this was where Remy Ma was. Now that I finally moved on, she's angry and making up lies. Hashtag narcissist. I told her we could divorce like adults. She refuses to do that because I wouldn't lie and say that I didn't knock this chump out. I still got the messages of her begging me to lie about the knockout, but who cares? He didn't throw one punch back. Super soft. Last time I saw this chump, he was in a fetal position. Everybody solid. When I knocked him out, Remy Ma woke him up and went home with him for 4 days. I went home with my daughter. As you see, she couldn't wait to lie about it again. Shake my head. Hashtag narcissist. Didn't knock him out because she slept. Hold on. I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. I knocked him out because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. So it's getting real out there. And then Easy the Block Captain comes back and he's like, tell Pap to unblock me. I want to holler at you. So let me see. There was another thing on here. They ended up going back and forth for a while. Then Remy Ma came out and she accused him of domestic violence. So this was crazy. So that's when it got real. Let me see if I can find the screenshot here. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. So Remy Ma says, play with the police at Papoose. So you forgot the pool never got finished being remodeled because you were attacking me in the garage and the workers called the cops to get you off of me. I ain't edit shit. Next is the audio and video. Keep effing lying. So basically, they've just been going back and forth all day. Even on the Shade Room. Let me see if I can pull up anything from there. I'm trying to find. Okay, here's the video of Clarice. Hold up. Okay. All right, so this is Clarice. She's like rapping, throwing some disses at Remy Ma. We'll just listen to a little bit of this.
Okay. What's up?
Some people say I'm a killer. Jab to the mouth, then the shot to the liver.
Ooh.
Her man wanna take me to dinner. I call him, what's the name? I don't even remember.
All right, ma'am. Next.
But not with a boss.
So, I mean, this has been going on all day between the two of them. Here goes some more. Clarissa saying, you making fake texts is crazy. I'm not a bitch. You can bully. You're bitter. You're mad. You're making yourself look stupid. Just stop it. Remy Ma says, I'm not 45 yet, but you are 29. And I'll say this. You're not aging like fine wine. Again, though, I'm not your enemy. Tell your boyfriend to buy you some flowers and gifts. And he didn't answer any of your phone calls because he was with his Cali girl this week. And this is like some stuff that the DMs of them going back and forth. There were, let me see. Okay, and here's Papoose's weirdo girlfriend wishing me Happy New Year's a couple days later. LOL, this lady was actually hitting me for advice on how to show off her body. This is crazy. I created this monster, though, praising you, knowing that you weren't right, and keeping quiet, knowing the truth. You think you know what I got. That's why you feel comfortable lying to these people. I promise you, you're going to be sorry. I mean, this went on for hours, y'all. Literally for hours. I will never get anyone arrested. Once again, you're lying. That can be easily verified. You are the one who played with the police, lying about history that unfolded in front of the world is pathetic. Falsifying text messages that you claim are from over a decade ago just to create a false narrative and to justify your cheating, narcissistic behavior. Okay. Here goes some more. All right. I think this was like the beginning of the drama here. This lady, Clarissa Shields, and that sorry-ass publicity team have been putting out fake stories on me every day to make me look bad and him look like God's gift for too long. I begged at Papoose to put out something to stop the narrative, and he kept telling me, just stay quiet. That's the best thing to do. Welp, I'm tired. Oh, and he said he would never fuck you because you ugly. But don't worry, I saw everything now. The world's going to see since you so tough, boo. And here she's saying that basically Papoose, dumbass, fell asleep with the phone at Clarissa Shields laying in my house. He refuses to leave. This bitch supposed to be a world championship boxer and get her scary ass hung up as soon as she heard my voice. Now I'm telling everything, and oh baby girl, you're not the only one. So then Papoose comes on and says, sad to say that at Remy Ma is a narcissist. She chose to cheat repeatedly, and now that I finally moved on, she's playing victim. I have requested a divorce numerous times. She'd rather clout chase on social media than handle this like civilized adults. I did not want to do this on social media for the sake of my 6-year-old baby. She has to go to school. As you can see, I remained quiet through all of this. Clarissa said, this can't be serious. You have 2 boyfriends. Remy Ma says, that's what he told you, LOL. All right, so let's get to the real tea of this foolishness, okay? Come back on the screen. All right, so let me tell you the tea that I have on this situation, because somebody hit me up earlier today, and so they're pretty close to the situation, and y'all know I don't do fake stories, clickbait, and all that nonsense. I don't feel the need to lie to get views. But somebody close to the situation hit me up, and they're like, T, I want to tell you what's going on with this whole Remy Papoose situation. And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, because this is kind of out of nowhere. We've never seen them blast each other on social media. And so the person asked me first and foremost, what did I think of the situation? And I said, I think Remy Ma is coming off as bitter, because to me, wasn't she messing with Easy the Block Captain a year ago? There were rumors about them creeping and stuff like that. And it seems like now that Papoose has moved on with a younger woman, she feels away. And so the person was like, well, yeah, that's how everybody's looking at it. But I want to tell you what's really going on behind the scenes. Again, this is alleged, okay? But this is what the person is telling me that's close to the situation. I'm just repeating what they're telling me. Okay, so what is being said is this, right? What they're saying is that basically Papoose is the one who has been the harasser in the situation. So what happened is Remy Ma and Papoose have not been together for well over 3 years. They have not been together. She decided that she did not want to continue anymore with the relationship. This is what I'm being told, okay? She did not want to continue anymore with the relationship. She wanted to break it off. So I said, well, why would she want to break it off? Because aren't they the ones always promoting Black love, and they got married on VH1? She said yes. But she said after a while, she felt like she was living a lie, that Papoose was not treating her in the way that he made it look like in public. Because in public, when we watch, Love and Hip Hop, it's like he worships the ground that she walks on. Remember, he would go up there and see her every day in jail, and he waited for her and until the conjugal visits could get approved and everything else. So she got to think, for 3 years that they've been broke up. And so she was noticing, like, he acts one way in public, but behind the scenes, it's a whole nother story. He doesn't treat her well behind the scenes. And so she got tired of it. Now, the person who's telling me this said that the issue that they have with this situation is, it's one thing to get tired of it and want to leave the marriage or want to leave the relationship. The person said, and I agree, where Remy Ma messed up is that she started creeping with her own artist. Because at the time, she was managing or working very closely with Easy the Block Captain. So if this is something that you're working with professionally, he's also meeting your husband on a professional level. You get what I'm saying? So where the drama comes in at is that, a lot of times when issues happen in marriages, people start pillow talking. And you start pillow talking with the person closest to you, right? So the person she's pillow talking and venting to and airing out her grievances is Easy the Block Captain. And so through that, they ended up falling in love. Sparks started flying. Okay? And so the issue is Papoose feels away because he feels like he helped build her brand. Let's keep it real. Can I just keep it real? Okay? The money is not moneying. That is the basis of all of this fuckery that's going on with these celebrities. The money of Love and Hip Hop has dried up. Remy hasn't dropped no music. Nobody is walking around the latest party saying, hey, put on that Papoose. Said no one ever. Okay? No shade, just keeping it real. The money's not moneying. And Papoose feels like he really helped build that whole Black love brand for them, you know, like this whole, because that's their whole thing is, you know, Black love, Black marriage, you know, we have a Black family. And he feels like, you know, he helped build that brand. And so they both were basically trying to put on a facade for the public and a good front to act like they're still together to help maintain the Black love brand and, you know, just their overall brand. Because their brand is so encroached together than it is separate. No one is checking for either one of them separately. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just keeping it real. But we are checking for Remy Ma and Papoose. Remy Ma, nah. Papoose, nah. Them together? Yes. That is how much their brand has fused, right? Like, take, for instance, Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Both their brands are big that we can check for Jay-Z, no problem. We can check for Beyoncé, no problem. And we can check for both of them, no problem. It's not like that with Remy Ma and Papoose. Just keeping it real, okay? So they held on for this whole image thing. But then it got to be too much because Papoose was steadily feeling away. Now, mind you, Papoose is doing his own thing too. This is everything I'm being told. He's also doing his own thing too. So don't act like he's at home just crying tattooed tears and, you know, writing in his diary that he's depressed and sad. He's also doing his own thing. But again, they're trying to keep everything on the DL so it doesn't ruin their branding for the public. Plus, Papoose is trying to get a job with like one of the, what was it, TuneCore and stuff like that. So they have to put on a decent image, a united front. So basically, they're allowing each other to cheat in peace, if you get what I'm saying. But as a man, you're still going to feel away because it's one thing for like her to want to move on and she finds somebody randomly. It's another thing when this is a man that's been around, you know, and you've shook hands with and showed him love and just whatever else. And then you find out he's smashing your wife. So Papoose is still feeling away. So now we fast forward, okay, to the drama that went down at the rap battle cypher a year ago when Papoose put hands on Easy the Block Captain. So that's what kind of set everything off. He ran up in there, put hands on Easy, and dipped out. Now, from what I'm being told, they're saying that he did that not only because, like, you know, he felt away the disrespect, but he was hoping that that would end Easy and Remy Ma's relationship. Like, he'd be so upset, he'd want to sue or, you know, get back or be like, you know what, this is too much drama. You know, like how sometimes you're dealing with the new guy, but the old guy won't leave and then it's causing drama in your new relationship, ladies, okay? So that's kind of like what they're saying. That's what I'm being told. That he was trying to basically cause a lot of strife and drama in their relationship that he would eventually leave her. It didn't work. He's still around. So again, in the meantime, Papoose is out here doing his own thing. Papoose is refusing to leave the home. Okay? Because again, they're living in the same home. They're in two separate wings. I don't know how big this house is, but decent sized home. Papoose is, I don't know if he's in the basement or the attic, but he's in one wing of the house. Remy Ma's in a different wing. Remy Ma wants him out of the house. She does not want him there. He is refusing to leave. He feels like he shouldn't have to leave because it's because of his branding and him being on Love and Hip Hop with her that she was even able to get the house. So he's refusing to leave. So this whole time, I know this is, when I tell you, I was shocked listening to all of this, okay? I'm just trying to play back the conversation. So when everything happened with the Easy the Block Captain situation, they both had a meeting in the minds like, this is not a good look. It's going to mess up the Black love brand. We need to squash this. We get that you're in your feelings, but we need to fix this. So Papoose was supposed to come out and basically dead this situation, I think Remy Ma had posted something like, oh, it's a rumor, you know, the internet is always interneting, you know, those weren't her words verbatim, but I think she tried to, like, you know, put a little spin out there. Easy the Block Captain tried to play it off like, yeah, nothing happened, people are lying. But the person who's telling me this, there were witnesses to the situation. Papoose did put hands. They verified that. But they were told to play it off, and Papoose was supposed to come out and do like a hobo tour, basically saying that didn't happen. You know, these are lies, just trying to be messy. But Papoose didn't do that. He never came out and cleared it up. So that left a bad taste in Remy Ma's mouth and in Easy the Block Captain's mouth. Because now there's rumors out there that you whooped my ass, but for Easy, he feels like, well, you caught him off guard. It wasn't like they squared up. Papoose basically just ran up on him and did his big one. So Easy wasn't expecting it. And he felt like, well, if he would have squared up, then that'd have been more of a fair fight. But you're just putting it out there like I just got my ass whooped. So, not the ear emojis and the eyeballs. Everybody listening and hearing, right? So then after that, he never really cleared it up. They kind of just went on about their own business. But then when Easy the Block Captain got into that second rap cipher, I forgot the guy he was battling, but the guy was blasting Remy and was saying, you know, Papoose held you down for 6 years. How dare you cheat on him with this buster? Y'all remember that it went viral and Remy Ma was just sitting there like stone face, you know, like trying to hold it together? Because again, they're still trying to put up this united front. But the facade is starting to crack now, because now battle rappers are going at Remy in her face in front of her man, who is Easy the Block Captain. But the rest of us in the public, we don't know that her and Papoose been broke up and they're living separate lives but in the same home. Okay? So the reason why Remy Ma, yeah, Gucci, that's his name. Wasn't it Gucci Gotti? Thank y'all. Gucci Gotti. Remember, she was embarrassed. If she was light-skinned, she'd have turned red. Just saying. So she's the person, they're telling me all this, and I'm just like, well, this doesn't make sense, because why they do, like, is the brand that big? Like, let's not act like it's Rock Nation. Like, is the Black Love brand that huge that you're just willing to just take L after L after L, as opposed to just saying, I'm not with him no more, I'm out? I don't know. But then they go on to tell me that basically Remy started kind of feeling like Papoose used her in a way. And let me kind of explain what they explained to me. They said that he love bombed her. Like, she feels like, looking back on everything, he love bombed her. Because remember, go back to the old interviews, he was coming to prison every day to see her. Who the hell, if you have just think about, if you even have a job or if you have a life, nobody goes to a prison to go see somebody every day. This isn't school. Meet me at the prison yard at noon. Like, what else are you doing with your life that you have time to come up there every day? And a lot of times when people are in prison, they don't want visits every day. As crazy as that sounds, you don't want somebody coming to see you every single day, because it makes you miss the outside, and it makes it where it's hard for you to deal with your current situation mentally. That's why a lot of people, okay, I'm glad Asia says that she's heard that. A lot of people who do time in prison, you don't want visits every day. They really can only handle being visited maybe once a month, once every other month. Some prisoners don't even want visits because it hurts. You know what I'm saying? But he was coming up there every single day. And so looking back on it, I know you can't make this up. I'm telling you, I'm sitting here like just blown away listening to this. He was coming up there every day. So she's looking at it like he was really love bombing her. And this was like, I guess how she's looking at it, allegedly from her point of view, is that he did all this to build his brand off of her. Because around that time, he was going to be the next thing to pop. I think this was like 2005 or something. But then New York music fell off and everybody went down south. And remember, it was snap culture. Lean with it. Rock with it. And then people kind of forgot about Papoose. He was supposed to be like the next big thing coming up from New York around that time. But then the culture switched down south. I don't know if y'all remember that, right? So he never popped off the way he needed to pop off. So then he focused his sights on Remy. And so, you know, he came up there all the time. She eventually fell in love with him. And so she felt like the reason why it lasted so long, she almost felt indebted to him. Because this is a man that's coming out there to come see her. He's holding her down. He's, you know, all that stuff. So once she got out, she felt indebted. Like he held her down for 6 years. But now looking back on it, it's like everything he's kind of built has been built off of her name, off of her brand, off of her connections. They got onto Love and Hip Hop because of her. And then he was able to benefit from that as well. They got married on Love and Hip Hop, everything else. So basically, the relationship to her had ran its course. They weren't, you know, seeing eye to eye any longer. She wanted to go her separate way. He wanted to go his separate way. But they just kept it in-house to try to keep up appearances. Yeah, it's okay. I'm glad y'all are kind of seeing where I'm coming from. Okay. I'm just explaining what's being told to me. I don't have a dog in this fight with either party. I'm just being told what's, you know, going on behind the scenes. So now we fast forward to like all this stuff that's going on now. The reason why Remy Ma jumped up at 5 o'clock in the morning wilding out, because let's think about this. She's never crashed out like that before on social media. She hasn't really crashed out since Love and Hip Hop and, you know, her shooting her friend in the stomach for a stack. It's really the last time she's really crashed out. She tends to keep a low profile, keep to herself, whatever. The reason why she got up is because she was going through Papoose's phone. He had fallen asleep. You know, what she was doing in his quarters, in his side of the house, I don't know. But she was going through his phone and she found messages basically that they were plotting on her with Clarissa, whatever the girl's name is, the one that Papoose is messing with, the boxer, that they were plotting to come out and basically ruin Remy Ma's reputation, put her on blast. They were basically getting ready to expose everything. So the reason why she jumped up and, you know, basically did what she did at 5 o'clock this morning was to beat them to the punch. And so here we are. That's why she did that, was to beat them to the punch once she saw like the messages and the back and forth with the publicist. So that's what she's saying. That's why a lot of her stuff is not making sense when you're on the outside looking in. Because I'm just like, maybe Remy Ma's just, you know, batshit crazy. And she's upset because, you know, Papoose found him somebody else and he's in love now and she can't take it. But remember, she's saying stuff about the publicist. But everybody's like, what is she talking about? But that's what I'm being told is happening behind the scenes, child. Let me go ahead and get me some water. I'm just telling y'all what I'm hearing, okay? So so now it's starting to make sense, right? So then as I'm talking to this person, they're like, Block is going to go, you know, live or whatever. They're going live. I try to go watch Block's live, but you have to be a member. I don't know Block enough to pay him any type of money to do anything. I don't even know what he does on his channel. So I was like, yeah, I'm not buying a membership to some man that I didn't even have a YouTube channel, you know, 10 minutes before this. But some of the clips have come out from his live stream. He did an hour live stream basically blasting Papoose and trying to state his side. And so what I found very interesting is a lot of the things that he was saying in this live stream is a lot of the things that this person was also telling me. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and watch a little bit of like what he had to say. So let me go ahead and pull this up. It's a crazy story. Like I said, you know, I have no dog in this fight. I'm just telling y'all what's being relayed to me from a source that I for the most part trust. They have no reason to lie to me. And I know they're very close to certain people in their camp, you know, because, you know, they're like, please don't say this, don't mention that. There were certain things that even now I can't mention. That's why I'm trying to like figure out like what I can say, what I can't, because they want to keep certain things. They don't want it to get back that it was them that told me. So, all All right, so let's go ahead and watch Block's stream he had earlier today. So we're gonna watch some of the stuff he's saying. He's a little rough around the edges. How old is Easy the Block Captain? Let me Google it. I don't even know his age. I know he's younger than Remy, I'm assuming. How old is this man? Oh, he's 35. Okay. All these 40-year-olds going after these young ones, honey. All these damn cougars. Hurrah. All right, so he is young. He's very hood, very New York. You know, Remy, I guess, ma'am. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to what Easy the Block Captain has to say here. Let me hold on. Did it. All right. Yeah, he's 35. All right, so let's listen to what he has to say.
I used to always say it was bullshit, but now that's all I was waiting for is for the nigga to say my name. So I said, okay, cool, so I can tell the real story. You dig what I'm saying? Like, so all right, so newsflash, the nigga knew a few months before our battle hit me and holler. The nigga knew already. I know he up there trying to play victim and all of that shit, but the nigga been knew. He knew 2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie. Give me don't let the nigga cap y'all niggas up. The nigga been knew. He been knew. And I'm gonna tell y'all how he knew. So how he knew is the nigga that y'all think that's so thorough, he put a recording device in Remy's car. So how he knew is he was bugging her fucking car. So like that's how the nigga knew. So I can't lie to y'all that I lied to y'all. So the shit that I used to real for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that. When niggas gonna keep it $1 here. You know what I'm saying? Like that. He bugged the car and you couldn't really hear me on the other side, but you could hear her talking to me. So that's how he knew. And it's not cap. I got all the proof. So as soon as he say it's cap, I'm gonna show niggas all the proof. I'm just keeping $1 here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I'm gonna just say I was under everything that basically is niggas that already split up already, like motherfuckers was living on. No, the niggas are weirdo for real. Came through the situation with a mask on.
Okay, did y'all catch that last part when he said they been broke up and they was living in separate parts? So even though, yes, he is extra, he's very, East Coast, he's not really lying about what he's saying. It matches up with a lot of what I was told earlier. So I think there's narcissism and toxicity on both parts, on Remy and Papoose. The difference is this, right? Let me just say this. The difference is Papoose has a good personality, social media persona. He doesn't have any dirt on him. So nobody's going to look at Papoose sideways, right? We've never known him to be involved in a bunch of mess. You don't see him getting into altercations online. You know how some people just have like a horrible track record on social media, like Madam Carisha? So anything she says and does, we just be like, objection, get this bitch the fuck up out of here. We don't care about nothing Carisha has to say, okay? But Papoose does not have that type of reputation. He has a solid reputation for the public. But what folks are saying is that the real Papoose behind the scenes is a terror. Allegedly. So let's continue.
And somehow he got past the security guard. I don't know how. Now, we're not going to speculate here. I don't know how he got with a mask on. I don't know how he got past the security guard, but he got past the security guard. The wall is an L shape. I'm on the wall, and literally the nigga he literally sneaked me. He do sneak me. He do sneak me, and that's where the two clean Jones come into the hand. He do sneak me. Wow. But when I never fell, never was in no fetal position, I never touched the ground ever. That when I got back to turn around to the nigga ran. He ran. And shit like that. To me, I told Rem, I think the security nigga has something to do with it, because a nigga that comes with a full-blown mask, your security nigga is not going to allow a nigga in the building. But the only how he allows a nigga to go through came through the situation, go through the fucking door, if he lifts his mask up and it says like, yo, this is him. You dig what I'm saying? So he gets in there. Boom. And then he leaves the same way he came. So to me, I always think that it was a lineup. We get in the car. I go outside. You know what I'm saying? Another situation happened, which I'm not going to say, but it could have got dark for people. Go through the fucking door, if he lifts his mask up and it says like, yo, this is him. You dig what I'm saying? So he gets in there. Boom. And then he leaves the same way he came. So to me, I always think that it was a lineup. We get.
All right, y'all. There's a longer video. Let me see. Do y'all want to hear more from Easy the Block Captain? So this whole situation is insane, okay? I know he's rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are calling him a hood booger, but the hood booger is telling some truths, okay? So I think the new girl, Carissa, like somebody said, she needs to sit this one out. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in their relationship that only those two know. Now, as far as, because I did ask this person about the abuse situation. I said, did he put hands on her? Because why would she write that the tweet I just showed y'all earlier? I said, why did she write that? And then she ran to delete it. Because if y'all notice, that's not up. And so they were saying that basically there had been issues, you know, with hands being put on each other. But again, nobody's going to believe that hands were ever put on her because of her background. Because his persona is he's a stellar dude. He's a stand-up person. She's, like Nicki Minaj said, you shot your best friend in the stomach for a stack. She did time in prison. So nobody's going to look at her as a DV victim, allegedly. And then also, because she wants him out of her life and she wants him out of the house, if you're trying to put him out there and even bring the DV part of it to light, and he doesn't, or he loses his job, because, you know, a lot of these companies, they're not playing anymore. You know, any crazy things attached to your name, you're getting axed. So if he loses his job where he's at now he's really going to come after Remy Ma's money. So it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. The whole situation is unfortunate. But again, one thing I'm going to say about this whole thing, I feel bad for, you know, the fact that they feel the need to put up this facade. It seems like they're both living a miserable life, as far as I would hate to like have to have an ex in my home. If I don't want to be with you, get out. Or I'll leave. I'm just not going to be, like, your home is supposed to be your sanctuary. And the fact that he will not leave is insane. Because I guess it's her house, or it's under her name, but he feels like she was only able to buy it because of him and the whole Black love movement. But this is why I tell you guys time and time again, do not put these relationships on pedestals. Do not make people your relationship goals. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Remember, for years, people thought Cassie was living the good life. She's beautiful. She has a billionaire boyfriend and this and that. Then we find out Diddy been whooping her ass, you know, beating her in hallways. She got bruises all over herself. You know, so everything that glitters is not gold. And it's just kind of sad that it's gotten to this point, you know. And I think, honestly, I don't think this situation is going to help out Remy. Because right now, she looks crazy to the majority of the internet. Because even when I, you know, just on the outside looking in and seeing how everything played out, I'm thinking she looks batshit crazy to me as well. Because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with her? Like, you're that upset because he's moved on? You got a whole little side dude. Why are you mad that Papoose wants to move on and go do his thing? But there's more to the story. There's more to the situation. but the way she's going about it, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. So at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. What they're probably going to end up doing is bringing more receipts and pulling more receipts out on each other, which is not a good thing. You know, it's not a good thing for them to like do this to each other and put all their business out there, because at the end of the day, they do have that daughter. They do have a baby together. And so, and that was another issue too that I was told, when somebody says, Kuda says, T, remember Bethany Frankel's ex would not leave their home? Yes. People don't understand, like, when there's money in situations, like, you know, if nobody got no money, you're willing to leave because y'all are living in a raggedy ass apartment. You know what I'm saying? The heating system don't work. So you're ready to go. But when you're talking about a comfortable roof over your head, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, you know what I'm saying? Movie theaters and shit. People don't be ready to part. They will literally stay in the same home and live in different wings. You know, especially with these celebrities. So, yeah, it happens more times than not, especially when you're talking about beautiful homes. Oh, a lot of these people will play squatter in their relationship. They won't leave until everything is enforced by the courts. Somebody will be living downstairs. The other person will be living upstairs, you know. So this is really common. It's usually, you know, like, you know, poor folks. If you're living in a one-bedroom apartment, you're not going to want to be in the same vicinity. I'm going to go back to my mom's before I live in a one-bedroom apartment and be miserable, and I'm on this side of the couch, and you in the kitchen, I can see everything you're doing. Absolutely not. But if somebody's house is big enough, you may not see them. You know, they can have a whole nother entrance into the home where you never have to even cross paths. So, like I said, I don't know what she was doing in his side of the house. You know, she should have been in her side of the house eating her food. But she decided to be nosy and do some digging, and, you know, that's what she found. Let me see here. Let me go back into my YouTube studio. So, yeah, it's a lot going on with this situation. It's a lot deeper than a lot of people think. You know, like I said, it's very easy to just solely villainize Remy Ma, but it's more to the story. Neither one of them are innocent. It's just that Papoose has a better footprint online. He has a better reputation, I should say. He has a better reputation, you know, from what we see publicly, he seems like a really nice man. You know, he held her down. He's a good father. She had a baby with him, so he can't be too bad. So, of course, Remy Ma's out here looking crazy right now because she's the one with the violent history. And then also think about this. Another thing that a lot of people said, they're saying, you know, well, why is Papoose constantly dating these strong women? Like, you know, Remy Ma look like she'll whoop somebody's ass. Clarissa can obviously fight. So, I mean, think about it. If Papoose is such this teddy bear and, you know, such a meek, mild man, why is he dating these tough girls? Maybe Papoose is really tough himself behind the scenes. I'm just saying. Look at the women he's landed. Why, you know, and this is no shot towards Clarissa because that's dope that she's a boxer. But everybody wants to act like he's like just this meek man. I don't see a meek man being able to date a Remy Ma or a Clarissa. I'm just saying. So, I don't get, you know, I don't get beta male vibes. I don't get, like, you know, it might look like that in public, but he's from New York. I don't see it. So, let me see. Let me read some of these super chats. We got over 10,000 people in the building and only 2,000 likes. Please hit the like button if you guys are enjoying this stream. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's see here. Roz Golden says, Papoose got with a gold medalist and Remy ended up with a battle rapper. We know why she's mad. Yeah, the whole situation is crazy, but like I said, they have not been together in several years. So that's the part that's nuts. I think that's the problem, is that they were so invested in keeping up this persona for social media. And I believe that there's a lot of truths to what I'm being told, because if you really think about it logically, if they were together, why is nothing being said? Why are things not being, you know, talked about? being, disputed if it's not true. Why are they both so silent when everything is clearly playing out for the public? Like, we can see this. We're seeing this happening. We're seeing pictures of Remy Ma on dates with Easy the Block Captain. When you're a married woman, you can't be out on dates with people. So something is going on. So the fact that both are silent, it says a lot. Are they silent because he's trying to look out for her? No. Is she silent because she doesn't want to embarrass him? No, because if that's the case, she wouldn't be out creeping with Easy the Block Captain. They're silent because neither are together and they don't want to ruin their brand and their persona for social media. Them sponsorships, they be sponsorshipping, especially when you're a celebrity. They're not trying to drop the bag. Yeah, so neither one are innocent is all I'm saying. And one thing I do hate that it's come of all this is the fact that people are using this once again to tear down black women. I've been seeing a lot of very nasty comments. Like, oh, this is what happens when you hold a black woman down. He held her down for 6 years. This is why I refuse to date black women. They don't appreciate it. So now it's just turned into a whole black woman bashing fest. And it's like, yeah, he held her down, but was it also with pure intentions? Because allegedly she's feeling like he love bombed her in prison and used her, to build a name for himself, allegedly. So all I'm saying, there's more than meets the eye going on. So I think there's some narcissistic tendencies on both sides, to be honest with you. Okay, so Leslie in the chat says, the brand is ruined. It's just a matter of who comes out better in the public. Exactly. I agree with that because the brand has been ruined for a while. Because at this point, we're seeing her, people are taking sneak pictures of her out on dinner. Papoose is quiet. They haven't said Merry Christmas to each other. They haven't posted any birthday messages in over 2 years. So people have been feeling like something is going on with this marriage, like something is not marriaging, right, at this point. So now that the brand, like she said, is already ruined, now it's a race to look good in front of the public. And so it looks like from what they're saying, Remy found out that Papoose and Clarissa were supposed to be blasting her and making her look bad and running her name through the mud. So she tried to beat them to the punch, is basically what happened. And it makes sense because who the hell wakes up at 5 a.m. and just starts posting that type of stuff? Especially when that hasn't been her MO. So she found something. Something triggered her to make her jump online and crash out like that. That's all I'm saying. Not making excuses for her because, like I said, I have no dog in this fight. I didn't put either one of these people on the pedestal, and I never bought into the black love nonsense they were pushing. Because when you're really in love with somebody and you're in a happy, healthy relationship, you don't need to sell shirts and merch. You live your life. You're just happy. It doesn't need to be done in front of the cameras. So I don't buy, that's why I don't watch family vlogs and couple vlogs. I'm just not into that. Because when things are really, cool behind the scenes, you want to keep that private. You don't want it all out there. You don't want people picking apart your relationship, and you don't want it where people are seeing y'all happy. Misery loves company, and that invites people to come in and slide into the DMs and do all that stuff. So that's just my personal opinion. So I never bought into that whole, love fest that they were always constantly trying to push. And he just always, it was almost over the top, the whole over the top ground worship, worshiping of Remy Ma. It's like, okay, I get it. You're in love. Okay. All right. Okay, sir. All right. We get it. Okay. Let me read some more super chats here. Corto says, dang T, I was just about to go to sleep and got your notification and came up in here with the quickness. Thank you so much for coming through. Let's see here. Ebony Sheree says, this looks like a love and hip hop rollout. Yeah, it might be something to get them back on love and hip hop because now social media is invested. People want to know what's going on. So never know. Sugar and Snap Sam 499 says Papoose didn't want her, but didn't want anyone else to have her. Typical. Yes. So that's what it sounded like. They weren't happy. They were doing their own thing. And like I said, you know, I agree that Remy was being messy. That's what me and the person did agree on, that she was definitely being messy. It's one thing to break up and want to find love elsewhere, but to get with your artist who's been around your husband, that's a bit much. That's where a lot of the chaos and messiness came from. And we got to be fair. Remember, that's what happened between Ken Don't and Mary J. Blige. Remember, Ken Don't, a.k.a. Ken Do, was fucking Mary J. Blige's artist. Remember, she had like a girl group, and Ken Don't was fucking one of the girls. You know, so just keeping that real. So if it's not okay for Ken Don't to do it, I'm not going to co-sign it when Remy does it. That's too close to home. These celebrity marriages are a mess, honey. Let's see here. Kanika Morgan sent 10, says, the way I'm listening, going through my wedding pics, for real, I need to save this live for a playback for work tomorrow. Love you. Love you too. Thank you for tapping in. Potent Pondering sent 199, says he was securing the bag. Yes, that's what it's sounding like. That from, like I said, me and this person talked on the phone for 2 hours because I was really like hitting her with questions and hitting them and all this stuff. So it was a lot of info. This is DeAndre, says this breakdown is breakdowning. Crazy how all of Nicki's ops are falling. Jay, Remy, and Safari. Okay, Barbs. Not the Barbs steadily celebrating every time one of Nicki's enemies fall. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Creative Rose sent $4.99, says, T, your videos are amazing. I always respect your well-informed, fearless take on topics and how you always call out the BS. Keep doing you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see here. I said Rihanna, child. Renia, hopefully I said that right. Renia sent $4.99. She says, he sounds exactly like what he looks like. Y'all talking about Easy the Block Captain. Y'all gonna get off of Remy Ma's new man, okay? He's a good man, Savannah. That is her boo, okay? Let's see here. Quay says, sending love, happy holidays. Thank you, happy holidays to you. Let's see here. Wavy Tay says, hey, Auntie, your favorite soldier checking in. Just wanted to say to you and the tea sippers, thank you for supporting the troops. Also, I know this is, hold on, off topic, but what is your take on the rebels overthrowing the Assad regime? Yeah, that's definitely off topic. We're going to hit on that another time. But thank you so much for the super chat, love. Appreciate you. Let's see here. B.W. Coakley says, T, I'm a big boxing fan. Clarissa has a movie coming out about her life on Christmas Day called The Fire Inside. She's dope. Now, I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of the things that Remy mentioned is that they were supposed to be using that rollout as a way to roll out their Papooses and Carissa's like relationship and throw Remy under the bus. And they were doing it via her publicist to help promote the movie. So that was another thing that was mentioned. That basically the movie coming out, and that's what they were trying to spin with the publicist. That they can use this as a rollout to help promote her movie. Papoose is a bigger brand, or probably as big a brand as Carissa. Unless you're into boxing, most people didn't really know who she was. So it can help, uplift her brand and uplift his, all the while stomping on Remy's. Almost like, payback. Because he ain't leaving that house. He said he ain't going nowhere, Savannah. He's staying right where he's at. So she going to have to force him out. Let's see here. Pure Joy Sentence says, Pop was Pop before Remy. He was always that dude here in NYC. Exactly. I agree. But again, you hit the nail on the head in NYC. Outside of NYC, he wasn't that big commercially. So that's what they're saying is that he attached himself to her and her brand and what she had going on. Because commercially, before she got popped, Remy Ma was big. She was way bigger commercially. People knew her around the country. She was a pretty big rapper back then. But Papoose was more of an NYC, hero or whatever. But I mean, Papoose is very skilled. He can rap, you know, he has skills. But like I said, around the time he's supposed to come out and make it big, around the time he's supposed to blow up, that's when everybody went down south, and ATL was blowing up around that time. So, yeah, it's a mess. Let's see here. Lost Vibe says, ain't Remy Ma's son in prison? I don't know if has he been sentenced yet? I know he got locked up for killing somebody, child. Or allegedly killing them. But I don't know if he got sentenced yet. I haven't followed up on it, so I'm not sure. Oh, let's see here. Peaches sent $300. Thank you so much, Peaches. Appreciate you. She says, hey, T, I've been watching you since the Tyra Undercover Hood Rat days. I graduated college and honestly could not do it without you. And God, love you both and thank you both. Love you, T. Love you too, and thank you so much. And congratulations on graduating on college. That is awesome. And good luck to you on all your future endeavors. I always love to hear stuff like that. What a blessing. Let's see here. Celestial C says, nah, her feelings got hurt because he finally moved on. Women don't check the phone after they've actually moved on. Yeah, I agree. You know, like I said, I don't understand why Remy was in his section of the house, you know, digging through his phone. But, yeah, I can't disagree with that. She might have been in her feelings because now, you know, he's wanting to settle down with this woman. You know, who knows? But she definitely moved on first. And maybe, too, you know, everything with her relationship with Easy may not be everything that it cracked out to be, too. So she might be feeling away. So, yeah, the whole situation is a mess. It really is. So let me go ahead. I want to go ahead and get on to the next topic here. I've been on here for an hour talking about Remy Ma. Somebody said he was playing both sides. Nada says, being a NY rapper and being hot and mostly NY makes you a local rapper. Exactly. Somebody else says, why would we watch a movie about an unknown boxer? Seems like they needed Remy Ma's name. I don't know why. I don't know, what a mess. Yeah, there's definitely something going on. B Cryptic says she's taking care of Easy and he's a clout chaser. Yeah, because I don't know what else. I mean, does he make a lot of money battle rapping? I don't watch battle rap. I'm just not really into it. But I don't, you know, do they make a lot of money battle rapping? Looks like they're all volunteering if you ask me. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out because Easy's saying he has receipts. Remy's talking about she got audio. Papoose is saying he got receipts. It's just really sad that it ended like this. And like I said, the messed up part is that now it's starting this whole gender wars situation. Now we're having it where it's like black woman versus black man again on social media when it's really Remy Ma versus Papoose. It has nothing to do with everybody else. That's on them. Like, I don't understand because it didn't work out for them. All of a sudden, you know, all black women are horrible and this is why you don't hold black women down. So it's a mess. So I want to go ahead and get on to this next topic here. So, child, there's a lot going on in these streets. Okay, y'all want to hear the Jay-Z tea or the Beyonce tea first? Let's do the Jay-Z tea. So y'all remember Jay-Z's son? I talk about him like he comes out like every 4 years. We've nicknamed him Lazy on this channel. Jay-Z's son, Lazy. It's a joke. But so Lazy is back in the news, okay? And so y'all know anytime something is going on with Jay-Z, oh, Lazy, he's coming around the corner, okay? So Lazy's back out, and he's wanting y'all to know that he has more to say about his father, Jay-Z, okay? Lazy, I think his real name is Ramir, but he's been asking for a DNA test forever. And Jay-Z refuses to give it to him, even though Lay-Z looks like Jay-Z, okay? So now he's doing an exclusive meeting with the Sun, and he wants to bring the tea on this. He says he's come to the no, not y'all not gonna be calling him Gay-Z. Y'all stop. Not y'all calling the Sun Gay-Z. He's not gay. Y'all leave that little boy alone. We call him lazy around these parts. But Lay-Z has come back out, and he's saying that the reason why Jay-Z won't give him a paternity test is because his mama, come to find out, was 15 when she got pregnant by a grown-ass Jay-Z. Allegedly. That is what Lay-Z is saying, okay? So let me go ahead and share my screen. We're going to go ahead and watch this clip here. All right. So this is the exclusive from the Time. Jay-Z's illegitimate son claims rapper lied in court and bribed judges for years to avoid paternity test in new lawsuit. This man has been making his rounds. Y'all remember Lay-Z? Y'all remember this man? He's been around for years. Like every few years he comes out the woodwork, okay? So this is him. And so he's suing Jay-Z again. Jay-Z is facing fresh accusations that he lied and bribed judges for over a decade to get out of a paternity test for a young man who claims to be the rapper's illegitimate son. Where does it end, Diane? Like, goodness. All right, so let me keep scrolling. He do look like Jay-Z, though. Not the picture of him and Puffy. Not him and his old friend Diddy, honey. So, he's saying here that he has now filed a new lawsuit against the New Jersey court system and a slew of judges alleging that they conspired with the rapper for over a decade to have cases related to his paternity, inheritance, and abuse of the court process dismissed. In the court paperwork filed in New Jersey by Remy and his godmother, Lily Coley, the pair alleged that Jay-Z lied in court that he had no property in New Jersey. Therefore, the court had no jurisdiction over him, even though they had property deeds and tax records with his name on it. It comes just days after Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, was accused in a separate lawsuit of R-ing a 13-year-old, okay? So it just keeps getting worse and worse for Jay-Z. Jay-Z has denied all of the allegations against him, calling it a blackmail attempt. While Jay-Z is not listed as a defendant in the new court filings, he is mentioned several times and has been battling Remy, Lily, and Remy's now deceased mom, Wanda, since 2010. Yes, this has been going on for years. Because like I tell y'all, I do a video on him like every few years. He's been trying to get this DNA test and Jay-Z will not give it to him. If you have nothing to hide, you know, why not? I'm just saying, if there's nothing to hide, why not give him a paternity test? They look alike, though. So let's go ahead. I want to play this small clip. He also does an interview. So let's watch this interview here. I don't think he says it in another clip. We're going to watch this real quick here. So this is Remy, a.k.a. Lay-Z.
Way she move, I just want to dance with you. Way you move, she move, I just want.
Okay, first of all, I didn't ask for it to be serenaded. Let me go move a little bit forward.
Standing there looking fine, sipping on a liquor. Well, the first time I heard that Jay-Z probably was my father when I was 8 years old. And, you know, my mom, we was actually sitting in the house on a regular day, you know, listening to music. My mom came up to me and was like, hey, Rob, you know, I got something to tell you. That's your dad for real. And I'm like, I was shocked. Like, Mom, what are you talking about? You know, I'm young. Like, it's nothing your parents would just make up like that. You don't just say this type of person is your father, Jay-Z. Like, I didn't get a fair due process in court. I never got my chance to talk. It basically just all got pushed to the side. Like, this was never about, you know, chasing anybody or trying to receive anything from it. This was like, you know, I'm trying to really see who my dad is. Everyone who really knows me know how I am. I stay to myself, I work every day, I take care of my family, I do my own music. I've been doing music since I was a kid. It's not nothing that just popped up. I ain't just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna write a song and put it out there and I'm gonna go follow and try to chase one of these billionaires and say they my dad. No, I've always been me. Everybody in the world, I just think if you ever go through a problem like me, there's always this fight. Just get your fair due process in court. Don't let them dust you aside, because this is something that I've been fighting for years and I won't stop. And the world is not what you always planned it out to be. It just shows you really that. I just wanna dance with you. Hey, girl, I just wanna dance.
Okay. All right, so that was Lazy. You know, again, he's not lying. We've literally been covering him since at least 2011, 2012. Y'all can go back and watch old videos. He's been around for years demanding a paternity test. I thought he had gotten one by now. I really did. I thought they had gotten it done. And, you know, Maury came out was like, objection, you are not the father. So now to find out in 2024, they never gave him the paternity test. You know, and Jay-Z has the power to bribe judges and, you know, get away with all types of stuff. So now there's a video that's floating around of Lazy saying this. I don't know if y'all caught this tea. They look just alike.
Was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older than be doing so much and running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older than be doing so much and running.
So did y'all peep that? Yeah, his mom died in 2020. She passed away in 2020. He said it just hit him that basically his mom was underage when she got pregnant with him. So, and Jay-Z was grown. So now he's feeling like that's why Jay-Z has been, avoiding the paternity suit, is because then if it comes back that he's the father, you need to explain why you knocked up this 15-year-old as a grown man. You know, we've already seen all the nonsense with Foxy Brown and the rumors with, Beyoncé, all that stuff. So it's just not going to be a good look. So yeah, the whole situation is sad, but that's what's going on right now with Jay-Z's alleged son. So now let's go on to the whole Beyonce situation. So put a teacup if y'all know who Larry Johnson is in the chat. We've talked about Larry Johnson every now and then. He's an ex-football player turned Hebrew Israelite. Larry Johnson was fine as hell back in the day. He's still handsome. He's just changed a lot, okay? Y'all know who Larry Johnson is. He be on Instagram. I've been following him for years. He be on Instagram, child, calling out the Illuminati, ranting and raving. Him and Meg Thee Stallion got into it back in 2020. Remember, he accused Meg Thee Stallion of sacrificing her mom. And Meg Thee Stallion cussed his ass out. And then they went back and forth. Okay, so back in the day, for y'all who don't know who Larry Johnson is, it was rumored a long time ago that, and I don't believe it just because of who Larry Johnson is now, but I remember for a while, people thought that him and Jay-Z were boyfriend and boyfriend. These were like old rumors from like 2008 because he had an apartment with Jay-Z back in the day. This is true tea from the internet from back in, like a lot of this stuff has been scrubbed. Like it's hard to even find this. Who remembers this? Remember he used to live with Jay-Z and people thought that was Jay-Z's boyfriend. Older tea sippers, do y'all remember that back in the day? The rumor that he's fine. Oh, Larry Johnson was fine. He was in the Fantasia video, When I See You. I watched that video just for Larry Johnson, okay? Y'all remember that back in the day? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me pull up the Fantasia music video, When I See You. Oh, that's so sad. When I put in When I See You, Fulio comes up. Rest in peace, Fulio, child. He came up before Fantasia. Oh. Okay, I'm not going to play the music, but there goes a good shot of Larry. Let me find a good shot of his face. Hold on, child. All right, let me come back on here. Okay, that's Larry Johnson in the Fantasia music video. Trying to see if I can find a close-up of his face. This is like my song. I love this song. But do y'all remember him? He used to model for Rocawear and everything back in the day. And so that was the rumor back then, is that he was Jay-Z's alleged boyfriend. I don't know why, but it was just the rumor. He had an apartment with Jay-Z. And Jay-Z like put him, you know, took him under his wing, and, you know, he was like a Rocawear model, football player. Let's see if I find a better picture, better part of the video when she finally gets her man child. He was so cute back then. I mean, he's still handsome, but child, Larry Johnson on him. All right, so anyway, so what's going on with Larry Johnson is basically he was on the Jason Whitlock show yesterday, and he says that he went to a party back in the day with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and that Beyonce was allegedly trying to, like, you know, flirt with a 13-year-old boy. And there were like a bunch of children late night at this party that Jay-Z and Beyonce were throwing. So Larry Johnson was going in. It was crazy. So we're going to go ahead and watch this really quick. This Jason Whitlock interview with Larry Johnson. This is what Larry Johnson looks like now. Very different from the music video. But still handsome. Just, you know, just older. Y'all stop! I'm not fooling with y'all in the chat. Yes, that's the guy from the Fantasia video. Y'all leave that man alone. He's a good man, Savannah. So he's about to keep it real about the Beyonce Jay-Z situation. So we don't want to watch the whole thing, but let's just start from here.
13-year-old or 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild, like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens, I can't really discount it and say, oh, he could never do this, because I'm hearing stories, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I've been in situations where something don't sound or look right, and it's usually involving children.
All right, so y'all heard what Larry Johnson had to say. Now, y'all stop, okay? Everybody ages. That is the same man from the Fantasia video, okay? The thing that he's saying is that basically, you know, he used to roll really tough with Jay-Z. Like, a lot of people forget that. Like, everybody knows him on the internet as the crazy Hebrew Israelite that be yelling all the time. But now he was with Roc Nation. Him and Jay-Z were like best friends. Like, Jay-Z took him under his wing. He's younger than Jay-Z though. But so he was around. He's not lying. He was definitely around. He was at these parties and stuff. But, you know, again, everybody always leaves, you know, the party right on time. I was only there until a certain point, then I left. But he's saying that there was a bunch of, like, kids there. And there's no reason why there would be teenagers at a party with adults and they're drinking. And he's saying that Beyonce was asking one of the kids, like, do you think this is sexy? And this, you know, you're asking that to, like, a 13-year-old boy. Why are you asking a 13-year-old boy, do you think something is sexy? Like, that's weird. So, you know, something is going on in this industry. And I think, like Cat Williams said, all lies will be exposed in 2024. I mean, the shit that he said at the beginning of this year is insane. Like, 2024 has been nothing but exposure month after month after month. I mean, hell, even the whole Remy Ma Papoose, who really saw that coming? And now you got Larry Johnson, who used to be rolling with Jay-Z, saying that, you know, Beyonce may be a part of this nonsense too. Then they go on to say some pretty deep stuff near the end. Let me see. Kind of move forward a bit.
Take it to the top. You must be involved in some sort of sexual deviancy before they and they must know about it before they fully trust you. Do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree, because we all know how shameful it is to be messing around with a child, no matter what the age. And they know that the majority of the people in this country or in this world do not sit by and will not let anybody abuse children. So that's more of a shame thing they can control you with. Now, sacrificing somebody, that's personal. You know, not many people can add those or connect those dots of who did what and who did this, but it happens. But when it comes to sexual deviancy, as you said, it's more of we don't want the whole world to know what you've really been up to, so you have to do what we say do. And I think that's how they move. And like you said, I think it's like putting a worm on a hook. They see who bite. They're not gonna come up to you and say, hey, you like 5-year-olds? They're not gonna do that, because you look at them weird, or you might just punch them in the mouth. But they'll put you in situations where if young children are around, they'll move you into it. It may not be a 5-year-old, but it'll start at a 19-year-old at a party. It'll go from a 15-year-old at a party. Then you show up at somebody's private home and residence, and it's like a 9-year-old. And then they keep going to see how far you can go. And I don't want to imagine it, but I know they're going as far as they can go until they get into animals. And I know when it comes to sexual deviancy and it comes to lust, there is no backstop to that until you reach an animal. And that's where, if we talk about the days of Noah, that's exactly where sexual deviancy ends up. It ends up with animals.
All right, y'all. See, I heard what Larry Johnson had to say. You know, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, but he's not lying about like the deviancy that's going on out here. And, you know, if you can mess with a child, what's to stop you from getting involved in bestiality? And so I see people asking, why is he on the Jason Whitlock show? Because he's more of a conservative, I guess, type platform. Larry doesn't go on a lot of platforms. So the fact that he's outside of his Instagram bubble, I love it. I love to see Larry talking because, you know, Jason has a pretty big platform. So I love the fact that he's out here speaking on another platform and letting people know, you know, what's going on in the industry. Because Larry doesn't do a lot of interviews because people have dismissed him as being crazy. They say he has CTE. And, you know, do I agree with everything that comes out of Larry's mouth? No. But he's been right on a lot of stuff over the years. You know, I've been following him for years. I mean, I used to listen to his podcast, Sight to the Blind. I don't know if he still has it, but he had a really good podcast a few years ago. But yeah, he just kind of, he's a Hebrew Israelite now. So some of the teachings, you know, I don't really understand. But I just take, you know, from what he says, I take whatever, you know, works for me, and the rest I spit out the bones. But he does have a lot of insight in the industry, though, because he was a part of the industry. He was one of the first ones that was signed to Jay-Z's sports when he had Rock Nation Sports or something like that. He was one of the first signees. So he's been around them for a long time. But, you know, y'all are saying he has a crazy look. I mean, what do y'all want me to do about that? Like, how he looks is how he looks. You got to look past the superficial and listen to the words that he's saying. That's the most important part. But yeah, the whole subject is very, very disturbing. So now, let me see here. Something else I want to hit on. Let's see. Oh, okay. This whore. Let's go ahead and talk about this girl. So a few people said I was being harsh because there's this OnlyFans girl. I talked about her, I think, a few weeks ago, right? So remember when, who was it that came out? Charleston White. They were going in on Vivica Fox. Remember that whole drama with Vivica Fox? People saying that she's too old to find love, and at 60 she needs to just, you know, roll over and die. So they were saying, Charleston White was saying that, you know, he would never talk to, you know, an old chick or, you know, that's why a lot of guys go for younger girls in their 20s. And so I was basically saying in the video, like, it's funny that everybody keeps wanting to say that, you know, it's better to get somebody in their 20s because they have less miles on them or whatever, and that older women are used up, when a lot of older women are not used up, because a lot of older women weren't raised the same way like a lot of young girls are being raised now. A lot of young girls nowadays are being raised to not really necessarily value their bodies, you know, hookup culture, you know, a lot of these young people, girls and guys, have way more bodies on them than some people in their 40s. And that's just facts, right? So I was bringing this girl, Lily, up as an example when I was talking in that video. And I'm like, while y'all are thinking that, you know, oh, the 20-year-olds, you know, they're young. There's a chick right now on TikTok bragging about being ran through by 100 guys in less than, you know, I don't know, 10 hours or something like that. So that's where we were first introduced to Lily, when I talked about her in the Charleston White video that I did. So anyhow, Lily's back, and she's only 23 years old. So again, yes, I get it. She's young enough to be my child. I have a 23-year-old, okay? But I just find this disgusting. So they're doing a documentary where she's reflecting on the aftermath of sleeping with 100 men. And, you know, my comment bothered some people. And you know me, I don't give a damn about y'all people on Instagram. Y'all be trying to drag me on my own Instagram page. I'm going to drag your ass back. Some people got mad, said my comment was harsh, but I don't care. That's my comment. That's how I feel. You're not going to gaslight me into having sympathy for this girl. When she put herself in this position, I know for a fact, if this was a young black girl who slept with 100 guys in less than a few hours, no one would give a shit. There'd be no redemption story. There'd be no documentary following her around. There'd be none of that. So missing with the nonsense. So we're going to go ahead and watch this video of her crying tattooed tears. So Lily Phillips, 23-year-old OnlyFans star and adult entertainer, recently opened up about the emotional toll of her record-breaking feat of sleeping with 100 guys in a single day. The documentary showcases Lily's moment after completing the feat, visibly shaken and emotional as she walks out of the bedroom wearing a casual striped two-piece. She tearfully admits, "It's not for the weak, girls. If I'm honest, it's hard." So let's go ahead and watch this shit.
I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the, I think like the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're going to do this. And like, it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, you know, like it's not like normal things at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember. And that's it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, if I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, you know. But yeah, I think that was kind of the hard part, is like conversing with them, and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah, and obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
I guess when you've promised something to people who support you, it's kind of hard to let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet. God, I won't forget this day, Jesus.
When I decided to start making this documentary, I wasn't too sure of what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yum yum, and I think I had a sandwich, and that was kind of, and then the rest. It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different.
Objection. Bitch, you fucked 100 men on OnlyFans, okay? You get paid to be an OnlyFans person. That is prostitution. Like, why are we trying to remix what it is to be a prostitute? you know, like people try to put a pretty bow on it, like, oh, I'm a sex worker. No, you're a prostitute. You are sleeping with men for money. It's not, oh, it's like prostitution. No, it is prostitution. Goofy.
Feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
It's not like just having sex with someone.
yeah. Just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Okay, any damn ways. So this was my comment on Instagram. Y'all know I have no chill. I said, we don't care. Enjoy your demonic soul ties, whore. When people condemned her promoting this lifestyle to young girls, we were called bitter haters. This world is sick. If she were black, no one would give a damn about her so-called redemption. Hashtag next. So I don't feel bad for Lily, okay? And, you know, and I don't care if you're offended by what I write on my Instagram page. Bitch, don't follow me. Shit. I don't feel bad for her. I'm tired of this being normalized. There's nothing cute about this. And the thing that is very unnerving is that this is on TikTok where a lot of young people are. And you have to ask yourself, why is this being promoted on platforms like TikTok? Because they want to normalize this to your young daughters, to teenagers. And so when you have grown adults who are saying, you know, this is not cool. Why is this being promoted? If you want to have sex with 100 people, that's your business. Why does it need to be promoted on social media? Why does it need to be on TikTok where young people who are innocent, you know what I'm saying, can get swayed to think that that's normal behavior? That's what you're supposed to do. You don't get to sit here and whore yourself out. Get a fat ass check for it, might I add, okay, because she definitely got paid, and then come back and try and cry tattooed tears. No, absolutely not. Keep the same energy you had when you was sitting here bragging about 100 guys coming in your eyeballs. Remember her eyes were all red and shit? I can't even see. There's a bunch of cum in my eyes. Keep that same energy, bitch. Don't come on here with a documentary, you know what I'm saying, with sad music in the background and you're crying. Like, I'm not buying it. So now what's even more interesting for all y'all who are sitting there, you know, oh my God, this is sad and I hate the fact that as a woman, you're attacking another woman. No, I'm just not a sucker. You can't piss on my foot and tell me it's raining. Okay, so while y'all was sitting here crying tattooed tears with this horror, she's coming out again. She didn't learn anything. Remember, just 2 days ago, she was crying and wanting redemption. Now she's saying she's about to fuck 1,000 men. Let me go ahead. I went to her page. Now look what she's promoting now. So all of this, she did all that just to hustle y'all. That's why I don't get in my feelings over these weirdos that go viral on social media. I just be watching them. I just be looking like, and keep scrolling. I feel no ways. These folks be wanting attention so bad. So let me go ahead and pull this up. We're gonna watch this real quick. Hold on. Hold up. We need. All right. So this is what she's. Now this is just literally 2-3 days later. Remember, she was just crying in the last video. This is her most recent video.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm going to go for 1,000.
So now she's going for 1,000 men. So this is on her page. There's some more. Let's see. I think this was the one.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm going to go for 1,000. Girls, please send your husbands and boyfriends my way. I really need them to help break this world record of being with 1,000 guys in 24 hours. Now, I've just pinned the poster on how to apply, so please send them my way. Girls.
Now, I don't know if y'all can see the comments, but one of the comments says, are you okay? So you think I'm about to send my man to be one of the 1,000 so he can bring me back an STD? Bitch, you thought wrong, okay? Like, this is what is being normalized in society. And people make excuses for it because she's a cute, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. That's bullshit. This is disgusting.
I have now just pinned the poster on how to apply for the record-breaking 1,000 guys in 24 hours on my Twitter. So head on over to there if you want to be a part of it. I have now just... If you want to be a part of breaking a world record, I have now pinned a poster on my Twitter on how to apply to be one of the 1,000 guys to be with me in 24 hours. If you want to be a part...
So this is why I don't take these folks seriously. This is why you can never shame me into feeling no type of way about people like that. When I see her, all I see is a Jezebel spirit. Next, I'm not about to sit here and cry tattoo tears with her and act like, you know, oh my God, her redemption is so powerful. Her redemption is bullshit. Because she was just crying about getting ran through by 100 guys, but now she's promoting that she wants to get ran through by 1,000 guys. They're, you know, mental illness is real. You got a lot of people who are running around here mentally ill. They're off psychologically, off emotionally, off spiritually, and then they're given platforms. And they're being ran through the algorithm. They're being allowed to be, you know, promoted to children. It's insane. Again, you have truthers and people who have content that speaks to the soul, that try to educate people, that try to let people know what's going on in the world. They're constantly silenced on social media, on places like Instagram, well, not so much Twitter anymore, but YouTube. They'll give people strikes, get rid of your channel. But yet this woman is being pushed all over social media promoting that she wants 1,000 guys to apply to come smash her. And I'm not just going to knock her because also the men who are engaging in this, they're just as sick. They're just as degenerate. Why, as a man, do you not have enough respect for yourself to not go behind 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 other men? I mean, the world that we're living is insane. She's trash. These guys are trash. And then got the nerve to be asking people to submit their boyfriends and husbands. Yeah, okay. Good luck with that one. So that's Lily. That's why I didn't feel bad. I'm so glad I wrote what I wrote and I felt no ways. Because literally, not even 2 days later, she's trying to break another world record. So all y'all who are crying for her in the comments section and praying that she finds peace, y'all should save your prayers for somebody else, you know what I'm saying, who actually needs it. She seems to be doing good. She's making good money whoring herself out. Let her enjoy her money. But you don't get to do that and then come back and cry every time it doesn't work out. And what's going to be more disturbing is that she's going to be able to rebrand herself. 5 years from now, she'll be able to rebrand herself and be a housewife and talk about how, you know, she was victimized by OnlyFans and she wants to get her story out there. She'll have a book deal and all types of shit. We've seen this song and dance before. They can always do the worst stuff and then come back and then totally revamp themselves. There'll be a simp who will marry her and have kids, and then she'll be a staunch Republican. Next. Next. Let me see here. Okay, so now the last story. I know it's getting late. It's 10:15. I know it's getting late, child. So the last story of the night, everybody's gonna want me to talk about this. There has been a lot of like activity with aliens and drones all around America, okay? So as you guys know, I have been saying for a long time, I know people say I'm weird, I do not believe that there's aliens like up in the sky. I believe that everything is in the ocean. I've been saying this forever. And now there's some lady in Congress who literally is saying what I've been saying for years. Something is going on in the skies in New Jersey, in North Carolina, and even as of yesterday in Minnesota, people are starting to see these alien drones as well. So it's a lot of craziness going on right now. So I'm going to play some news clips. I'm also going to play the lady questioning folks about what is in the water. Her name is Republican Rep. Lauren Boebert. I don't know if you guys saw that, but she is doing the UFO questioning. And basically, the fact that a Republican representative is asking Congress what is going on in the water means that there's something going on in the water. I don't care what nobody says. So, go ahead and pull up this video here. Okay, so let's watch the New Jersey video here. All right.
Regular News Nation viewer, you know we don't just cover the UAP story. We've broken so much news on the topic, we kind of own it. And tonight there is plenty of news on unidentified aerial phenomena. Worry and frustration is growing over the lack of information about the mysterious sightings of what appears to be large drones that have been spotted in the night skies in the Northeast for weeks now. The objects, some of which are said to be as big as SUVs, have been increasing in numbers since they were first spotted hovering over New Jersey in mid-November. Similar sightings have recently been reported in Pennsylvania and parts of New York City. UAP incursions near sensitive security areas like the Picatinny Army Arsenal and President-elect Trump's Bedminster Golf Course are causing particular concern. The sightings themselves are one thing. A bigger concern is how long this is allowed to go on repeatedly in a high-populated area with nobody in authority able to tell the public what's happening. What are they? Are they drones from a rival military or spies operating within our borders? Do they pose a threat to the public? Well, today, police chiefs from across New Jersey got a Homeland Security briefing to try and answer their many concerns. Garden State mayors met with federal officials yesterday. That briefing, though, left many city leaders unsatisfied, saying they failed to learn much of anything. In Washington, meanwhile, today, White House National Security Communication Advisor John Kirby addressed the sightings and said that there is no evidence of a public safety threat.
We have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
That briefing did absolutely nothing to quell the questions and the frustrations of both lawmakers in Washington and in New Jersey. For more, let's go to News Nation's correspondent Joe Khalil live in Washington. Joe, what are you hearing in reaction to Admiral Kirby's statements this afternoon?
Well, Admiral Kirby said a lot today. It was more than we'd heard from the White House, but he didn't really answer any of the key questions at all. We still don't know where these things are coming from, what they're doing, and he says there's no evidence that they're a public threat, but he was pressed on that because, again, short of knowing what they are, it's hard to conclude that. I know that certainly that's not welcome news for people living in that area, nor is it welcome news for lawmakers who still say they feel like they are being kept in the dark here. He also said in that briefing there was no evidence that this came from a foreign adversary, but didn't really explain how they got to that conclusion. I think it did rub some people the wrong way when he said that they couldn't corroborate any of the sightings because maybe to those who are not tuned in, that seemed to suggest they were kind of dismissing several of the reports that describe sort of what we're seeing in these images here.
Okay. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's a lot going on. Now, this is the one, now they're popping up in Minnesota. So we're going to watch this real quick.
Again, Fox 9's Mike Manzoni spoke with eyewitnesses in Northfield tonight, and Mike, they're not sure what they're looking at.
Yeah, but they say what they're seeing is similar, maybe not the same, but similar to what people are seeing in New York, in New Jersey. Here's one video here where you can kind of see one or two orbs kind of hovering, floating around. At times they move, eventually disappear. What are they? No one knows.
We started trying to follow them, but they won't be followed. They're kind of like they disappear.
Deborah Wagner doesn't know what she keeps seeing over her Northfield home.
And then these things, whenever anybody would kind of come towards them, they'd back off.
But her daughter, Chrissy Grady, sees them too.
Are these UFOs? Are they a government thing? Like, what are they?
It's really low.
I know it is.
You gotta follow it. There's another one up there.
Oh, crap.
Chrissy and her kids took this video when they saw flashing lights that moved away after they spotted them.
Well, it obviously sees me. I gotta pretend like I'm actually driving. Watched both of them. So now there's 4?
They started seeing the lights over the summer, and now it's a nightly thing.
They would come and kind of like hover, and then we would go outside, and then they would leave.
About 1,000 miles away in New York and New Jersey, this is what people are seeing in the skies. Eyewitnesses say they look like SUV-sized drones, and those sightings now have even the White House's attention.
Obviously, this is something that DHS and FBI are tracking very, very closely.
Well, I don't want it to come closer.
As for what Chrissy and her mother, Deborah, keep seeing here in Minnesota, well, they don't know.
Right now, just the unknown is driving us crazy and making us mad.
But they do know what.
All right, so you guys just watched that. So something is going on all around the country. It mainly started on the East Coast. Now it's kind of moving towards the Midwest. So this is the lady. I know a lot of people say she's crazy. I was watching Redacted. They were talking about this too. If you get a chance to watch Redacted, I like their videos. But here they say, we saw 50 UFOs emerge from the ocean and shoot up into the sky, New Jersey congressman. So this whole ocean theme, it's really like hitting. And they were like, it was I'll show you this. Some interesting stuff they were posting in here, like with pictures and stuff from back in the day.
And even in front of Congress, they're not. So that even looks like biblical drawings, like a wheel within a wheel, like Ezekiel, right? I mean, you have drawings like this going back thousands of years, by the way. Some of these from the 1600s right here. These sort of wheel within a wheel.
And you see like there's water around.
Wheel in the sky. What are these things? Okay, who knows? This. Go ahead.
Okay, so now let me find the lady. I think this is her. Okay, this is her. A lot of people say that she's crazy, but again, I feel like the fact that it's being talked about in Congress says a lot.
Project within the Department of Defense involving the manipulation of human genetics with what is described as non-human genetic material, potentially for the enhancement of human capabilities, hybrids. Are any of you familiar with that? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
I am not, ma'am.
I'm not.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I would like to know, with Immaculate Constellation, how does this relate to UAP activities, Mr. Schellenberg, in oceanic environments? Are there any instances where the Navy or other maritime forces have encountered UAPs that could not be explained by known technology or natural phenomena?
Yeah, the Immaculate Constellation covers both terrestrial and oceanic, and there's actually a number of cases described in the report that occur in the ocean.
And do you believe that there is a concerted effort by the Pentagon to keep Congress out of the loop regarding these UAP activities, specifically in our waters?
Yes.
I think it's about 5% of our ocean that's actually been studied in detail by man, and we've studied more of space than we had of our own oceans. And so are there any accounts of UAPs emerging from or submerging into our water which could indicate a base or presence beneath the ocean's surface?
I don't know about a base, but as I mentioned, I had a different source entirely describe this pretty extraordinary footage that exists of orbs, of an orb coming out of the ocean and being met by another orb.
Some would say that there's...
All right, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but y'all get the point. And again, you don't have to agree with her. I know a lot of people think she's batshit crazy, but take the meat and swallow the meat and spit out the bones. The fact that it's being talked about in Congress, and they're even admitting and saying that there are orbs coming out of the ocean and things like that. And people who understand like the marine kingdom, get it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But something is going on. Something's going on Earth. Something's going on in the skies. Something's going on in the water. You know, I just feel like 2024 has just been a crazy year. We only have a few weeks left, like not even a few weeks, like almost 2.5 weeks left of 2024. So I'm just like, what is about to appear in 2025? It's going to be insane. But I want to go ahead and shout out Moneybag Mo. She is in the building. Miss Mo, thank you so much for the $449.99 super chat. I appreciate you, sis. And thank you, because the other day I did a premiere and you came by and you dropped $499 as well. So I appreciate the love and support that you show my channel. It means a lot to me. So thank you. I hope you're enjoying your day. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. So thank you, Moneybag Mo. She's always in here just showing love. Somebody says we're in the age of Aquarius. That we've been in the age of Aquarius for a while now. We have been. Peace and Love says, what proves they're aliens, though? That's the problem. People don't know what they are. And the thing is, they keep asking, like, the different governors in these states, like, okay, if they're not aliens, what are they? Like, what's up in the sky? And they keep saying they don't know. It's drones. Okay, well, are these drones from the U.S. government? Are they drones from China, Russia? Like, where did these drones come from? You know, so and nothing is being answered. It's just a bunch of, I don't know. And it's like, that's not going to suffice. People want to know what is going on, because when I first started hearing about this was like around like mid-November, and it was only like in certain places in New Jersey. Then I was hearing about it in North Carolina. And then it was maybe once a week they would see something. And now, as the news is covering it more and more, people are seeing these, whatever they are, up there every single day. And it's like multiple of them, you know. So there's something going on in our skies. It's something. It's really scary to think about, too. A lot of sound, like movement. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. Let me go ahead and read these last few super chats. I know it's getting late, y'all. Ronafil says, what we're seeing UFOs more because aliens are fleeing their planet. If they're leaving, I want to know why, besides humans being ghetto. Yeah, I feel like something is definitely going on, and I just hope it's not like a case of Project Bluebeam. Like, I hope this is not like setting the stage for Project Bluebeam. But we're going to have to wait and see. Miss Sparkles 22 says, in Islam, they believe Satan's throne is in the oceans. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I'm going to look into that. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I'm going to dig into that further. Thank you for the super chat. Curly Girl 499 sent $4.99. She said, there's a code in Luigi's video that can only be seen when you watch the video frame by frame. No one has noticed this, and it's driving me crazy. Huh. Oh, no. I did see a TikTok on that. They put like a sequence of numbers, and they put it through some type of machine, and it said it's some type of warning that it gave. Have y'all seen that on TikTok? The code that Luigi put in the video? It's been deciphered. I just can't think of what it was. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But it has been deciphered. I'm going to see if it comes up real quick. Yeah, it's not coming up. It's somewhere on TikTok. That's where I saw it the other day. Yeah, it was some type of binary code, but like somebody put it in and it came up with some type of warning. But then it's like, I don't know. I don't know if half this stuff is real, if it's, fabricated, if it's, it's starting to go all over the place now. Okay, let me go ahead and read a few more, and then we'll go ahead and get up out of here. But yeah, I would look on TikTok, though. That's where I saw it at. TT says, our water is not safe. Many states and federal operators have spoken out but cannot go into detail because of their job security. Wow. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. TJ Johnson sent 10, says, do you think turning back on the Hadron Collider will have anything to do with the increased sightings? I'm not sure. I know that happened like a few years ago when they were messing with the particles and stuff like that, the God particle. And maybe that might be what has caused a lot of these sightings and things that are going on now. But I mean, I wouldn't know for sure. But thank you for the super chat, though. Let me see here. Joyful Jalen says, Larry Johnson is just as guilty because he should have stopped it and he didn't. All these people want to speak out now, but nobody protected those kids. That's a good point. That's a good point. Like I said, I always find it interesting when people come out with these stories that they just left. You know, they never stay for the big finale. They leave right before all the deviance starts. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Jesse Adams sent 5, says she chose her path. That's on her. Like you said, there is zero sympathy with these people. She better keep that same energy when she gets older. Exactly. Exactly. APS sent $349. He says, your laugh has cured my bad days and I saved them from my ringtone, honey. Sending love and support from Bangkok, Thailand. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I don't know what time it is right now in Thailand, but thank you. That's funny. You like my laugh. Let's see here. Rage Blaze says, T, did you see the new video of the judge saying Jay-Z never of Jaguar saying Jay-Z never R'd her after she's been accusing him the last 2 years, and people keep reporting that she's going to sue because they edited her words? I haven't seen that. I know the last thing I saw, Star was talking about how she said that Jay-Z put a gun to her and R'd her. But I didn't know that she came out and said that she didn't say it. And see, this is my issue. It's like all of this nonsense that's going on, not, really necessarily with Jag, but there were like other women that were being interviewed. And then now more and more information is coming out that the one lady is not the lady in the D&G shirt, which I knew she wasn't, because the lady in the D&G shirt is a white woman. And I feel like all of these so-called victims coming out, they're really convoluting the case. They're making things worse. Because my thing is, just let the chips fall where they may. If you have a real case, get with the lawyer, file your case, and then move forward. But like people doing all these side interviews on YouTube and going from platform to platform, then it's like all these folks are cool one moment, then the next moment they're beefing. I just can't keep up. I can't keep up. It's crazy. But I never bought into any of it. We was talking about this on Discord back on the 27th, and I never bought into any of it. I thought it was all nonsense as far as like the girls that were being interviewed. Let's see here. TT sent 999. She says, instead of saying cancel culture, we should be pushing accountability culture. The amount of stuff that has been pushed under the rug is astounding. And the self-victimization is crazy. I definitely agree. Thank you so much for the super chat, love. Kiki sent $9.99. She says, well, do you think Beyonce is a victim like Cassie? I see discourse on her line about her age and not being innocent because she's with Jay-Z. That is interesting. Because, when you think about it, Jay-Z got with her really young, just like Diddy got with Cassie really young as well. But I think people are not going to look at Beyonce as a victim because she's actually married to Jay-Z. And, they've had so much success and wealth and everything else. So that might be why. Whereas, like with Cassie, you barely even heard her talk. When she was with Diddy, it's almost like she was just there to be arm candy. And that was it. But either way, it's disturbing. Black Pearl sends $6.99. Says T, love you from Canada since 2016. Celebs are the same ones who used gerbils in their I don't put anything past the rich. Richard Gere, Nexium. Oh, if you know, you know. I don't know why they look like Nexium. What did Richard Gere do? Hold up. I'm gonna have to Google what he did. I don't even know what he did, child. You don't put me onto something. Desiree says, bestiality reminds me of Aleister Crowley. Wasn't Jay-Z wearing a Do What Thou Wilt shirt? Yes. I remember he wore that in the Run This Time video with Rihanna. I remember that's when everybody was like, Illuminati. Confirmed when he wore that shirt. Jessica Blake sent $4.99. She says, did you see Drea Kelly's interview? And I was wondering if your opinion of her has changed. I only saw the part that went viral where she was crying about her name and why she's not going to change her name. Drea Kelly is a clown. Nothing that she says will ever change my mind. I feel like Drea Kelly knew what R. Kelly was doing with a lot of them girls. And I also feel like she was a willing participant. And my thing is, if your life was that bad, this man was that horrible, why are you keeping his last name? You're not the table. You're somebody who's keeping his last name because outside of his last name, you're irrelevant. People don't know who you are. Nobody knew who she was until she came out and publicly told the world on that show on VH1 that R. Kelly was her ex-husband. The average person had no idea who Drea Kelly was. And then the fact that she got married on that show to a whole nother man but still kept R. Kelly's last name tells me everything I need to know. So I don't care about her ranting and raving on social media. Drea should be in jail right next to R. Kelly. And so should the parents who allowed R. Kelly to abuse their daughters, who pimped their daughters out to R. Kelly. They also should be locked up. So I have no sympathy for any of these people. Not Drea, not R. Kelly, and not the parents. So I hope that answered your question. Let's see here. Okay, I think I got mainly all the super chats. Vivi Rain says, T, I'm getting weak every time you say lazy. I've been calling him that for years. All right, you guys, I know it's late. It's almost 11 o'clock. I've been out here for almost 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to log off. But thank you, everybody, for coming to the stream today. I will see you guys soon. I'll have some more content out this week. So everybody have a good night. Talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before I leave, I almost forgot.